Well, hello, free people of the Rocky Mountain region. This is Brandon from Free State, Colorado. Hope you're surviving this last week of the 2024 election. I was at a meetup this last week talking to a political insider, somebody who's really well connected. And they brought up this idea that some Colorado Democratic voters, especially the more far left progressive wing of the Colorado Democratic Party, are so dissatisfied with their candidates or the party that they might be staying home this year. By that, I mean they might not be filling out their ballot entirely for all of the candidates or all of the issues. So it's really interesting. I think it kind of relates to this bigger issue we're seeing in Colorado politics, specifically the split within these political parties. So just to take you back slightly, looking at February of 2023, when I wrote this article about the Democratic Socialists of America, I was really trying to expose just how extreme and far left some of these legislators are. I mean, these are people currently serving in our state government. You have people down there like Javier Marbury, Lorena Garcia. I mean, people pushing some of the most far left, ridiculous pieces of legislation we've ever seen. Now, of course, this has angered a lot of people in the more mainstream aspect of the Democratic Party. So much so that we saw a big primary push this year that got Representative Elisabeth Epps and Representative Tim Hernandez to lose their state primary races. So that's right, we had two far left extremists in the Democratic Party out. I mean, they're out this year. They're not coming back this next year. They're not going to be on this November ballot, of course. But it just goes to show you this big split within the Democratic Party. We have this establishment, mainstream type of organization who doesn't really want some of these crazy people there. So, very interesting to see this progressive split in the Democratic Party. Now, this did lead to, like I said, Tim Hernandez getting out. There he is there with a Palestinian flag in place of the American flag. There's Hernandez and Epps down at the Free Palestine occupation of Auraria campus earlier this year. There they are speaking, and there's Elisabeth Epps famously joining the protesters in the gallery during the 2023 special session, shutting down debate, shutting down the process, our democratic process down at the state capitol. So, very interesting to see that the democratic powers that be push these people out of the state capitol, and it led to a lot of people like Adrian Felix here, who are definitely those more progressive, far left, maybe younger Democratic voters, saying, hey, the Democratic Party is no place for me. There's a very interesting interview that John Caldera did with Adrian Felix. Definitely check that out if you want to dive a little bit deeper into this split within the Democratic Party. But then also, there's an article that just came out this week, October 27th, so just recently here, where Colorado voters weigh Gaza policies, third party protest for presidential race. Wow, I mean, that's surprising to some people, right? Check this out. Early voting has already begun in Colorado, but some still aren't sure about who to support for president because of their stance on Gaza. Isa Galloway isn't sure which candidate for president he likes better. Moving down, the foreign policy, the war on Gaza, Israel, all of that kind of stuff is definitely playing out. Harris, a lot of these other congressional candidates here in Colorado are trying to be more mainstream, more middle of the road. But of course, there's a lot of people in the Democratic Party who are not happy with that, which means they might be supporting people like Susan Hall. Susan Hall is running in Congressional District 8, a pro-peace candidate running to the left of Yadira Caraveo. And of course, her big issues there, as you can see on her website, is Palestine, stopping this war in the Middle East. Really interesting stuff there. So, will this affect the Congressional District 8 seat? I don't know. But nonetheless, I think it's an important topic that we got to bring up. We even saw here in the Colorado Democratic Party in Jefferson County getting beat up pretty good from Brittany going after Brittany Pedersen, Hickenlooper, Bennett, all these people here who are just basically enabling this Israeli war against the Palestinian people. And a lot of Democratic voters are not happy about it. So much so that they're protesting their events, they're showing up, speaking out, and doing a lot to disrupt their campaigns. Now, what will this mean for the bigger picture of Colorado? I don't know, but I thought it was an interesting topic, and we'll see. We'll see how this progressive, more far left aspect of the Democratic movement here in Colorado will play out with this election and also going forward in future years. So big split. Of course, we see similar things there in the Democratic Party or the Republican Party and the Libertarian Party. There's always splits, always infighting. But nonetheless, the split with the Democratic Party, because the Democratic Party is such a monolith in Colorado, or it seems to be, right? I think it's really interesting to see this wedge being split between different Democratic Party coalitions. So, again, this is Brandon at Free State, Colorado. We'll see you next time.